Hi, my name is Cheryl Barron, and I'm the head of school and co-founder of Cajal Academy. Thanks for taking a minute to watch our brief introductory video here to tell you just a tiny little smattering of information about our program, specifically tailored to the kinds of questions that I know very busy independent educational consultants are trying to answer in short order. Let's see if I can rattle off some quick facts here that will help you to quickly assess whether it's worth your time to come to our website and learn more about our program. First thing I should tell you is our cohort. We work specifically with students who have very high analytical reasoning skills, and in many cases, that is paired with an area of learning, social, emotional, neurophysiological, and or chronic medical differences, also different executive function challenges such as ADHD. Frankly, we reject the notion that schools should be defining their cohorts based on the challenges that hold the children back. In our case, we do it based on their superpowers. So another unique aspect of our program here is that wide diversity within our cohort. That is definitely very unusual. We have a mixed age cohort that goes from grades K through 12. What that does is it means that it really tailors well to what we see to be true about intellectually gifted and especially twice exceptional students, which is that they tend to more easily find kinship with students who are older or younger than themselves, and they may struggle more with kids who are the same age. We got into all of this because I'm a mom. I'm a mom to two students for whom there was no appropriate outplacement environment anywhere in Westchester County or Connecticut. That was despite the fact that my two kids are 5 years apart, polar opposite in every way that you could imagine being relevant to their educational setting. Emotionally, socially, academically, behaviorally, absolutely everything was different. And yet there was no available place for either of my children in Connecticut or Westchester County. That's what got us started. The second thing you should know about us is what we did once we got started, which is that we started over with education. We re-engineered education from the bottom up, starting with what neuroscientists know today about how children learn, socialize, and grow. This has led to a very different educational framework and one that frankly can offer transformational results that are not being seen in other programs or under traditional educational models. So that means that for that family that you're working with who's recognizing that what is being done in their current school environment simply isn't working, and they're asking you, what else is out there? Well, we might be a good fit for that family. So what we do here at Cajal, and this is, I guess, our third major mic drop that I should definitely reference as being one of the things you should know about our program, is that what we do here is we don't just accommodate the challenges that our students have, which is what you would see in traditional special education approach. So those traditional special education approach is based on the assumption that a child's abilities are largely fixed by the end of early childhood. We understood that to be the case about 30 years ago. But today, since the development of functional MRI machine, now neuroscientists know that in fact, the human brain is constantly rewiring itself all the way until the day you die. So we've made a major breakthrough here at Cajal Academy. We're not just a school, we're also a nonprofit think tank that is developing these new neuroscience-based approaches, which we are beginning to put the data together to be able to start to publish and disseminate. And in fact, we're already hearing from school districts and educators around the world who are interested in learning more about how we do this so they can start to apply it for their own students. So what we do here is we have developed this research-backed neurodevelopmental approach that is proving successful at reducing or even removing learning disabilities, and in some cases, social, emotional, and executive function challenges as well. Perhaps I should have led with that headline because it's a big one. There's a whole lot of more information on our website about how we actually do that. However, what it does is it transforms the child's profile itself so that over time, this family and this child will have greater and greater range of opportunities available to them and be able to access their skills to a greater and greater extent. Many families and placement consultants ask me, is Cajal Academy a place where kids come, spend a year or two, and then go to some other setting? Or is it a place where they come and they stay through to graduation? My answer is yes and yes. So the way I look at it is our job here, and what I tell our team is our job is to make sure that every child who walks in our door leaves with fewer burdens to carry than the ones that they came with. We have students who stay with us all the way through graduation, giving them the opportunity to master the Vision to Voice curriculum that we describe on our website, which is developing those supersized skills that inherently innovative thinkers will need in order to turn their visions into reality. That's executive function, self care, peer collaboration, social leadership skills, and critical thinking skills. So, that is an essential toolbox for college readiness. But for inherently innovative thinkers, it's also an essential toolbox for life readiness because it is what gives the sets an adult up for being able to actually realize their unique ways of seeing each other, seeing the world. So you can see how our entire framework, our curriculum, every aspect of our program is specifically tailored to the strengths that our students have. We're one of just a few schools in the country that has specifically engineered our program to meet the needs of students who go all the way up to profoundly gifted and including students who are twice exceptional. We have a very specific focus on social emotional learning here, and we do that with some very unique components to it, which once again are giving the child agency, leveraging that neuroscience and teaching them how to understand their own actions, not just from a psychological perspective, but a neuropsychological and a neurophysiological perspective as well. We also have a big emphasis on it is a community-centric leadership program so that all of the students learn how to foster the truly inclusive neurodiverse communities that they require in order to thrive, both today and in the future as well. We are a small program today. We developed these protocols over the course of the last 6 years, going back to 2019. The protocols have not changed, but what has changed is that we now understand the neuroscience of why exactly they work so well much better, which allows us to be that much more efficient in applying them. But we developed these protocols working with cohorts of 6 to 10 kids at a time, just like you would do for any kind of a clinical trial. You would not want to start with a large cohort. You'd want to start with something small, staying close to the science, close to the data. We took this absolutely beautiful 100-year-old historic site that you see behind me here, 20,000 square feet, right in the center of South Norwalk, Connecticut, just a 10-minute walk from the train station, taking you all the way down to New York City, up to New Haven, and out the branch line to Danbury and Ridgefield as well. We took this beautiful space so that we would be able to start scaling our cohort, and with that, the value of our research that we're providing as well. For the students in the program, what that means is having access today to really unique neuroscience-based powerful interventions that we think one day will be the future of education. But today is only available in this small setting here. So it's not a choice between having these incredible transformational opportunities in a large school environment versus a small school environment. Today, they're exclusively here at Cajal. But let me leave us with what those transformations look like. We have been frankly blown away ourselves by the level of change we've seen in our students across this whole wide diversity of different challenges and profiles. To give you one example, we had a student join us in middle school who was absolutely brilliant, but who was unable to read more than a paragraph without losing track of what the words even mean, unable to write more than their own name without somebody spelling it for them letter by letter. By February, they were independently reading 45 to 60 pages a week on grade level with full comprehension. And by April, they were independently authoring a short story while they typed it. That's a complete transformation in a very short period of time. 6 grade levels in 6 months. Imagine what the future looks like for this child that it did not look like before. The level of not just academic growth, but also the social emotional growth that happens as we remove what they perceive to be the requirement or the necessity for these maladaptive coping skills that had led to social emotional challenges. So, a very different model, a very different school. I would love to have the opportunity to show you around. I'm happy to set up a special time for you together with your clients. And in fact, what you can't see downstairs behind me is this used to be actually a much beloved brew pub in the center of South Norwalk. We have an absolutely beautiful event space here as well. I'm happy to host a reception for your clients if you would like an opportunity to come and meet with them. And then we can do a group tour together. And of course, to meet with you or with families individually as well. Thank you so much for taking a minute to watch this. I know that you are very busy people and you have lots and lots of incredible schools to learn about. Thank you for taking the time to find out about our unique program here at Cajal Academy. I hope you will reach out to us and start a dialogue about how we might be able to support your families. You can always reach me at cheryl@cajalacademy.org or admissions@cajalacademy.org. Thank you so much, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you in the future. Take care.